Hello everyone, and welcome to a new episode of the Presearing Grail, which is a series where I try to collect every item in Presearing, and at this moment I'm almost 90% complete with that goal, with only 18 items remaining. A blue ball hammer, a ritualist dead staff, the marksmanship rune, and 15 purples, mostly offhands, and the goal for this episode will be to finally get a Charrslaying bow. I hope you'll enjoy. Ever since I created this ranger, the main overarching goal was to complete the legendary survivor title, and I managed to complete that late last year, but despite having the title done and not really caring about dying anymore, I still use a plus health mod on my bow, and I want that to change. It's high time I switch to a Charrslaying mod like a good Presearing ranger. The issue is, despite playing for years, I have never ever dropped a Charrslaying mod on a bow. I have one on a sword, but not on a bow, and they're extremely expensive. So, as I said in the intro, the goal for today will be to try and get a Charrslaying bow mod, and I'm saying try because the chances of getting one are actually really low, so I don't think I will actually get a Charrslaying bow grip in this video. But I can try. Well, not without my pet, I can't. Also, today's daily quest is Blazefiend, so I will grab my alt along to downscale the quest mobs. Actually, speaking of alts, I had the idea of trying to get the Charrslaying bow grip for quite some time now. So for the past couple of months, anytime I got a purple bow while doing the daily in the Northlands, I just stored it on my alt unidentified, and I have like 50 something purple bows now, so I think a cool number to aim towards will be 100 bows, then I will identify them all and most likely be very sad. I don't know how long getting 50 bows will take, so I added a little counter so we can all keep track. And while I'm here farming, I also wanted to briefly mention another update to the Grail spreadsheet. If you've been watching the series for a while, then you'll know that for a few episodes now I was only missing one blue item to finish the blues section, and that was the ritualist dead staff. Well, it came to my attention that the ball hammer, God, I love that item's name, can only drop as white or blue in Presearing, so I updated the spreadsheet to reflect that, and it shouldn't take long to get it now. I always hate finding out that I had an error in the rules all this time, but the best I can do is just fix it as soon as I can and move on. And to my knowledge, after double checking both the Presearing website and the Presearing Discord, everything should be good now. No more updates. Unless we discover how to get Ectos in pre or something. Here's the first purple bow. I think the exact number of the bows I had was 53, so 46 left to go. And I also got an Earth Staff, and I'm trying to get the Obsidian Earth Staff skin, so let's hope this is the one. It's not. It's another core skin. I should know because I already got a bunch of core skins and no obsidians, but we continue. Also, take a look at that. My HP is now 618, and when I equip this unidentified staff, it jumps up to 643. So it has a plus HP mod, plus 25 to be exact. Yep. I'm collecting purple bows only, but blue bows can drop the Charrslaying mod too, so if you're looking for one, feel free to identify the blue bows as well. The difference between those two is blue bows can drop a plus 10 to 14% mod, while the purple bows can drop a plus 15 to 18%. So if I got Charrslaying from a blue bow, I don't think I would have handled that very well. Look what I got! It's a blue dead staff. Now, I usually identify those on the spot, but I think I'm gonna start collecting them because unless I do a big identifying session, I don't think I will ever get that ritualist modifier. Yes! That's marksmanship! That's the last one! I'm done with all the runes and insignias! Another section fully green, that looks so good! And the clean 90% completion too. Back when I first uploaded episode 1 of this challenge 2 years ago, I got a comment from a viewer named Lettuce Plate saying, "Holy crap, every rune and insignia is going to be the biggest challenge IMO, that seems nuts." And I was waiting for this moment to say, first of all, thank you for the comment and for the support, and second, I did it. Getting the ritualist dead stuff though, that might really be the biggest challenge now. That marksmanship rune was also the last little piece of Exodia I needed to try out a new build. Everyone always assumes marksmanship is the way to go on a ranger, myself included, but I saw a few people mention that everyone is sleeping on fully maxing wilderness survival, so I want to test it out. I got a new mask to replace my current one with +2 wilderness survival, and since I no longer have marksmanship in my head slot, I can put it somewhere else, so I inserted my newly obtained marksmanship rune into some new boots. Gloves would be a lot more thematic, but I already have expertise there. So this is how the attributes are looking like right now. I replaced Read the Wind with Ignite Arrows and Healing Breeze with Troll Unguent, and I think I'm ready. The theory here is you lose some damage from bow shots compared to max marksmanship, but you gain some damage from maxed out Ignite Arrows and really strong healing from Troll Unguent, so let's see how it does in practice. Guild Wars Reforged just dropped, there is a new launcher, there is a new icon on the login screen, and there's also 7 districts in Presearing Ascalon. The game's absolutely booming right now. The update was mostly graphical and UI changes and didn't add any new content, but changes to the game are very rare and ones we can experience in Presearing are even rarer, so as one of like 7 people that make videos for this game, I feel it's my responsibility and privilege to go over them. Here's all the new changes that affect us in Presearing. There is new graphical changes, specifically SSAO, which adds additional shadows to objects, and HD Bloom effect, which is bloom but in HD. You can turn them off and on in the settings, and you can see a small difference immediately, but I couldn't really tell something's different during regular gameplay. I recorded some footage before Reforged dropped, and recorded it again now in the same locations. You can see for yourself if you notice any difference. There's new HD skill icons. You can swap between the old and the new icons based on preference, and most of them look exactly like before, just with higher resolution, although I did notice some differences, for example for Life Siphon or Power Shot. There is a new task tracker that tracks your current quest so you can see it on the screen at all times. There is a checkbox in the interface options to disable it, but it's currently bugged, so even if it's disabled, it will just appear again if you go to a different zone. I imagine it will be fixed fairly quickly. And last but not least, you can pin some elements of the UI like the inventory or the zone map, and when pinned, they won't be closed by the escape button. There's also controller support, but I don't have a controller to show you what that looks like. And that's it for the official changes. But, of course, the most important change to the game right now is the amount of people that came back for Reforged. It's honestly incredible to see Ascalon so lively, people chatting and asking questions and talking about the old times. And if you're looking to come back, it's an amazing time to play some Guild Wars right now, both in post and, of course, in pre. Oh my god, I just went to record some clips, I come back and there is now 15 districts in Ascalon, that's crazy! Here is the blue ball hammer, as expected, that didn't take long, another item for the collection. And just one run later, I got a purple air staff, which is a new item for me, in a double purple drop from Joe Smokeskin, together with a purple short bow. I don't remember when was the last time I got a double purple, and those are 2 items I actually want, so that's amazing. And a Charr kit a few moments later, blessed run. Back-to-back salvage kits. Cool loot aside, I kept playing with the Max Wilderness survival build, and after about 20 Charr runs, I do have some thoughts about it. But before going into it, I just wanted to quickly mention that I'll try not to focus too much on the whole Read the Wind versus Ignite Arrows debate. If you're interested in that, I have a whole separate video where I go into a lot of detail and numbers comparing the two. But for now, I just want to strictly focus on pros and cons of maxing your wilderness survival over marksmanship. So, starting with pros, many numbers on screen make brain produce happy chemical. It's fun! And since Ignite Arrows deal pretty high damage now, Dual Shot is much more powerful than in the regular marksmanship build. You can do this, and this, and this, which actually makes Ranger a decent AoE farmer for some nick items. I always assumed the damage is too low for it to work, so I never even tried it out, and I'm for sure gonna use this from now on when I need some icy lodestones. Troll Unguent healing is really high. I'm a monk secondary, I usually use Healing Breeze, and with the highest healing prayers I can realistically get, it gives plus 7 health regeneration. Troll Unguent with max wilderness survival gives plus 10, and you really feel the difference. Now, for cons, you lose a big chunk of your damage when your preparation runs out. Since the whole point of this build is giving up some bow damage for high Ignite Arrows damage, if you don't have Ignite Arrows, well, you do a lot less damage, and it often leads to awkwardly reapplying the preparation in the middle of the fight. And that's pretty much it for cons. Solid build, but I'm still gonna go back to using the regular marksmanship build, and that doesn't have to do too much with maxing wilderness survival or not, but rather using it at all. Ignite Arrows and Troll Unguent have really good numbers, the damage and the healing are better than their counterparts, but you do give up a lot of utility that I grew accustomed to at this point. Troll Unguent takes 3 seconds to cast every time. I can't cast it on my pet like I can with Healing Breeze, so once it gets low health, it permanently stays low health because there is no other good way to heal it. And the worst part of all, you miss so much. Oh my god, read the wind, my beloved, I never want to play without you again. The Caster of Hands are by far the rarest purples you can get, and I just got a Grim Cesta. There is 2 skins that can drop in Presearing, there is the Gauntlet and the Claw, and we just got the Gauntlet one, so that's a new item, and it has plus armor versus Charr. That's a really good roll, but sadly it's just 1 mod, so it's worthless. You have to believe me when I say those things are extremely rare, but I just started another Charr run and I got another Grim Cesta. And it's another Gauntlet. RIP. Over the course of doing all of those Charr runs, I've logged to my alt a couple of times to transfer some things over, and I've noticed that the game on my alt runs a lot better than on this account. It's 2 separate clients, and on this character the game is a lot more choppy than I remember it being, especially when I'm turning the camera rapidly. So I played a little bit with the settings. I still have 60 FPS, but when I turn off the HD bloom, which, as I said before, I don't really see a difference visually, it instantly jumps to 120 and it's a lot more smoother, so I will play with it turned off. Whenever I find an item that's not amazing, but it's good enough to where it would feel bad to just sell it to a merchant, I put it up for donation on the Presearing Discord, and I did the same with the Grim Cesta from earlier, and just a day later there was already someone interested in taking it. And it feels really nice knowing that someone will find a use for my item, and they even said they will pass it on once they find a better one, so that's very wholesome. Oh sick, a purple healing ankh. It's raining drops in this video, I swear. Quick milestone update, I just finished Charr run number 100 for this video, and I'm currently sitting at 82 unidentified purple bows, which means that in those 100 Charr runs I've gotten 29. I should have gotten a bit more, but I've had a streak of really bad luck and 30 Charr runs with just 1 purple bow drop, which is atrocious. But all in all, I'm doing pretty good, and I definitely can't complain. The luck so far has been incredible in all departments apart from bows pretty much. I've gotten 5 new items so far, and if I don't get any new item until the end of the episode, it's still incredibly lucky. I hope I just didn't jinx it now. And also that double purple drop of the air staff and the bow was just crazy, so I'm really satisfied with my luck so far. There's an obsidian earth staff. Now, it's not purple, so it doesn't count of course, but it's good to confirm that they do exist in fact. Turns out I didn't jinx it after all. Here's an inscribed chakram for our new item number 6. And that's it. That's the one. 152 Charr runs, and that is bow number 100. And if I'm correct, me from the future will put a picture of all the bows on the screen, and if I'm wrong, well, you won't see this clip anyway. So, the moment we've all been waiting for. 100 purple bows. A few things to mention before I move on to identify them all. If you have a purple bow in Presearing, how to know if what you have is valuable or not? Well, there's just two things to look out for, the first one being the damage. You can see that even before identifying, with the best bows being 12 to 20 or 12 to 21 damage. And if you have a bow with a very high damage, then what you're looking for is a good inherent modifier, like plus 14% damage while over 50% health. The best bow I found is 11 to 18 damage, which isn't anything spectacular, so we don't care about inherents too much now. The second thing, and the one I will be focused on right now, is the removable mods, specifically the bow grips. The bow strings sadly aren't worth too much because you can't replace the bowstring on the bonus bow, so at best you might get a few plat if you find an 18% sundering. The big money comes from the Charrslaying bow grips. Between 1 to 5 black dice at the lowest end, up to 100 to 150 for the 18%er, although most likely the prices are even higher than that with the recent influx of new players. I'm talking about all of these prices to showcase how rare those things are. I don't want to sell mine, I want to use it, but of course I still hope for the best one, although the likelihood of getting any at all is really small, so if we get any Charrslaying mod at all, even the lowest percent, I would be over the moon. The odds are not in my favor though. Alright, I think I said everything I wanted to say. Whatever happens now, after I identify those 100 bows, the video will be over whether I get the Charrslaying bow grip or not, so good luck me, and I won't be showing every single identify because there's just way too many, but I will be showing a few highlights. For example, this first bow is the 11 to 18 damage, so if I get the 14% inherent modifier, this might be worth something, but we didn't. Oh, this one's interesting. As you can see, it just says damage 10 to 16, and if we take a look at any other bow, they all say piercing damage. And the reason this just says damage is because it has a bowstring that turns its damage to either fire or cold or lightning or whatever, and that bow will do its damage in the elemental form even unidentified, but it's just mildly interesting. Yep, fiery. Oh! Oh my god! I got it! And a 17%, that's almost perfect! I got it! I can't believe it, I just keep looking at it. Like a third of bows in, I got the Charrslaying bow grip. Do you know how many bows I've identified on this game? The blues and purples, and I've never got this. I'm so happy, I was so ready to just end this video without getting it because the chances are so low. Even though I didn't believe, I kept a one-use Charr salvage kit just in case, so let's salvage the bow grip of Charrslaying, 17%, and immediately attach it to my bow. Nevermore flat bow of Charrslaying. It looks so good. It looks so good. I can't believe I have a Charrslaying bow. So I guess I have 68 bows left to identify. So let's continue. So I kept identifying bows, and I gotta say, I didn't expect anything else, but the first short bow I identified was shocking. And this will be the last batch, the last 18 bows I have left to identify. I also left my horn bows for last. You definitely get the least of them compared to any other bow. They're not actually that good to use in Presearing because they shoot slow, they have a short range, and to counteract these downsides they get a hidden 10% armor penetration bonus, which isn't great in Pre because everything here has low armor, but they look cool, so that's something. I got nothing so far, so the last one, and that's it. That's 100 purple bows identified in Presearing, and can I just say, with fantastic effects. So I guess that will be it for the video today. I had so much fun making it, but it's still so hard to believe I got a Charrslaying bow. On top of that, 6 new items for the Grail, 152 Charr runs, and most importantly, so many new players joining Guild Wars. It's incredible to see. I hope Pre stays active like this for as long as possible. As for the challenge, there is just 12 items left to obtain, 11 purples and 1 very stubborn blue ritualist staff. I think it's gonna be really hard to fill up those remaining slots, but that's a story for another time. For now, thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, hope you'll have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.